So actually, we're gonna skip stage 9 because that was a stupid stage. That was literally left hand only for 6 steel targets. You guys don't want to see that. There's really no strategy involved. It's all shooting. And this is actually a pretty good stage because I didn't, although I didn't have shooting issues, as you see, 16 alphas, we both had identical shots. Our footwork was drastically different. I actually almost busted my ass falling out of the stage on this corner right here. But we'll watch it and then we'll break it down. There's not much to break down. It's just this stage was whoever put these whoever put these here in this like corner in the steep angle. You know, that's not. I wouldn't say it wasn't safe, but it definitely wasn't the smartest idea, especially for new shooters. It's very difficult to do actually. But let's watch it. So right off the bat, I was doing so well, but let me just watch it and then we'll commentary. So as you see, you know, right off the bat, I'm coming in hot. I actually think I got to this target before G even started shooting, finished shooting this target. Oh wow, G was a lot faster transitioning to that target, but I got to the first target faster. But transitions, of course, I literally knocked down all these steel pretty easily, one shot, and then of course this little fucking popper, as usual, busts my ass and keeps me sitting there. And then I have to do a standing reload to engage, put another shot on here, or take a mic, which I didn't want to do at all. You don't want to take mics. So of course I'm shooting over to the left. I put a little, probably too much input on my gun on the transition and just squeezed the round off. And then right again, right over the top because I'm not aiming low enough. Because like I said, this is a longer barrel. You get more velocity. So the ballistics are just not there at, I don't know, 20 yards that this is. So it just sucks. And I had to go back and take another shot, another round right over the top. Come in, and now I'm going to do a slide lock reload, something I didn't want to do, and G's already on to the next sector of targets, smoking me in time already. As you can see, there's 5 seconds. So then I have to stand up on the boundary line, and then pop, come to a slide lock reload, meaning I only have 9 rounds in my gun right now, so I literally have to make sure I don't miss here. And I had to step on the boundary again. So I wish I didn't miss. I probably would have had a much faster time had I not missed. And as you can see, we have identical. So you see that the difference, 5 seconds is 10%. So 1 second is 2% of time. So do the math there. Now, granted, I think we both could have been faster. I think G could have been even faster on that if on the transition array. But you know, it is what it is, and this was such a very easy, straightforward stage. So there's really there's very little educational value to this stage. Like I said, you just have to shoot this stage fast, and it's pure shooting skill. It's at speed, so it's just speed, and then just not falling out of the fucking stage or leaning hard enough. We had one person on our squad actually step out and then step back in. So there wasn't too much value in this stage, which is a very straightforward stage, but that was stage 10. I think we go to stage 1 now, but I got to do some more editing, so I don't think I'm going to do that until tomorrow or whenever these... I don't even know when these videos are going to be posted, so I shouldn't say tomorrow. I probably will start commentary on stage 1 through... I actually don't even have me on stage 3, so you're only going to get 1 and 2. So there's that. But that's it. I got to start the other versus series for the other 2, and then give you stage breakdowns on them. So you guys have a good day. Welcome back to another stage breakdown. This is stage 1 at Battle at the Beach. Stage is called Hog Wild. I shot 68.94%, 29 alphas, 2 Charlies, 1 delta, Giancarlo shot 67.64%, 27 alphas, 5 Charlies. We both went about this stage completely different. We both had different stage plans on how to do it. Now we were very, very close in time and very close in hit factor. So we will watch it. Sorry, I didn't think my microphone was on, but it is. So we're going to watch it and then we'll break it down. Give you guys some insider info and some educational value on the stage because there's a lot. This stage was not the best. I wasn't the biggest fan. So as you can see, we went about the stage completely different with almost identical times, literally down to the he did it 3/10 faster than I did. So not much, but I shot 2 more alphas than him, which gave me a higher percentage and a slightly higher hit factor. I would say would if it wasn't down to the 10th, these stages would be identical between him, and you could see that. But I will say right off the beginning, we both drew on the right target. We both drew on the proper target instead of drawing on the outside going inside, because it allows you to engage this while moving back. And although I don't think either of us did that, it would be very beneficial when you have the opportunity to start moving backwards and shooting that you do it, because you get closer to where you need to go. So right off the bat, I did it ever so slightly. Yeah, I did ever so slightly. I started taking a step. So, you know, it definitely got me some time there. Very beneficial to my time. I come into sector 2 where G shoots these outside doubles, these 2 targets that are on the side. I opted to go to the window. I got hung up on steel because in my stage plan, I wanted to take steel from this window because I didn't feel like reloading into this window. So, you know, we went a little different. And then I did I wouldn't say a standing in place reload, but a slight, like, couple big steps. Coming in, take sector 3. So this window was like the massive momentum killer. To be honest with you, I couldn't figure out how to properly run this stage without having to just like get stuck in this little area, because these two outside targets were like the killer, because no matter what you had to do, you had to come to this corner unless you turn off the start and then engage them and then do another reload, and another reload. And I just didn't like that stage plan at all. The stage was kind of odd. You know, once again, I'll say this again, I'm really starting to realize how shitty these stages are built at LIPSA compared to watching, you know, some other stages at some very reputable places. And these stages just suck. They're not good. And I understand that we're stuck with 10 rounds in our mags, but still the stage design can be so much better. They're just poorly made. They're pure shooting. That's what I'm starting to realize, that some of these stages are just designed for just your shooting skills, and there's no movement awareness whatsoever. You can't emphasize speed or anything like that with your legs. So anyway, let's get back to the video. So after I'm done shooting sector 3, I actually turn and shoot these 2 targets on the right while G is shooting sector 3. And then I take with my 2, or I think I had 3 shots left. I'm not 100% sure. Was that a full mag I had? Okay. So I had 6 shots or 7 shots left in the mag, down to 5 shots or 4 shots left. I come in. I make up a lot of time. I reload while he's reloading, and I come in and I get my shots off. And by the time he's done engaging steel 1, he's on steel 2, I'm on steel 1. And it's almost just like a tie to the last target. Had I not put the third shot on paper, I probably would have beat him, or probably would have been tied in time. You know what? I probably would have had a slightly faster time. We probably would have been at 30.6 even. And it just shows that, you know, you don't have to do everybody's stage plan at all. You can do your own stage plan, and my stage plan looked janky when I first started doing it, but you know, most of everybody's time was very similar to ours. I know someone in our squad did 20. I think someone did 25 something. So I don't know. Like I said, wasn't really a big fan of this stage. There's really there's no real educational value on the stage besides sticking to your stage plan and making sure you stick to your stage plan and not copy somebody else's, because as you see, we did two completely different stage plans and they yielded almost the same results. So this is stage 1. Now we're going to go to stage 2. So this is stage 2. This is called Dance of Death. Unfortunately, I didn't film my last stage. I was just so tired and exhausted from 10 stages and standing all day. And it was very hot and fatigue starts to set in, and I just forgot. Although I didn't shoot bad on stage 3, I had a very large mistake on this stage, and it actually cost me from shooting high B class to shooting low B class overall on the day. So we'll watch it, and I'm sure you could see where my mistakes were. So as you can see right off their bat, we engage the activator, and this activator activates this popper right here. Sorry, excuse me, guys. This activates the little popper right here. So as you can see, we both pretty much everybody had the same stage plan on the first sector of fire. Everybody literally did the same exact thing. So it activated the swinger right here, or the popper, whatever you want to call it. We did what we had to do, threw 2 shots in there, and started backpedaling immediately to the back target. As you can see, you know, we all did what we were supposed to do. Didn't want to break the 180. I'm not going to name names, but thank God the RO was sitting back here, because one of us, you'll see in the films, you'll see in a stage breakdown later that somebody literally pointed their gun like right over here, which was kind of crazy. So he got away with one, but as you see, we had to engage this momentum killer right here that didn't allow you to engage these last 2 targets right here. So, you know, here I am, like, you know, making sure and getting my shots in, and I had a trigger reset issue again. I think that was the 3rd one of the day. That wasn't a battery issue. It was just me having to come off the trigger. And I go to reload, and I forget to shoot these 2 targets. So immediately when I forget to shoot these 2 targets, you get Mike procedural, Mike procedural. So that is minus 60 points. And now I have asterisks next to this name. Had I alpha'd these in the same amount of time, which I, you know, granted, I probably could add, you know, another second of time here. And this would yield me an 83.75% with a hit factor of 5.23. Now, I think the original on that was, I will tell you what the original. So the original was 33.38%, 19 alphas, 6 Charlies, 4 mics, 2 procedurals with a time of 25.42, hit factor of 2.08. It was absolutely terrible. So in my head, I'm like, all right, let's see if I would have made these up with alphas, and that would have been the time. That would have been the percentage shot, and that, you know, you just add 4 alphas to my my hits, And the rest of the stage, I think I did pretty good. I think I could have sped up a little quicker here. When you're coming into a window if you have the opportunity to come into a window, just pre-aim the window, especially with barriers that are that you could actually see through. I wouldn't say they're transparent, but um, that you could see through. Just get your gun up and ready to shoot. And a lot of shooters that I've seen stopped and got their gun up. Just get your gun up ready to shoot when you see the target, because as soon as you cross the threshold of this, I guess you want to call this a no shoot barrier. As soon as you cross that, you could start popping shots. So once again, missing over the top of steel because I wasn't aiming low enough. I I brought my dot back and I pretty much probably threw it right in the middle and then skimmed right over the top, literally right over the top of them. And you could literally see that. Not even kidding you, probably an inch over the top. Come back, finish up the stage, and then last two shots on the last paper. So we both didn't really have good final stage twos. He had 2 mics and a no shoot. I think his mic and no shoot were on this target right here. I'm not 100% sure. I think one of them either came there or there. I don't think it came over here. And I don't think it came on this one either. So I don't know. There's really not much educational value on this stage either, but I will say the one thing that when you get the opportunities, like when you get these long runways and you get this popper. So those of you that didn't see the last stage or the stage that I talked about how to activate the popper, we'll talk about it again. So if you have the opportunity to engage paper or other targets before the popper comes up, do it, because it still takes time for the steel to fall. Now, if you're not quick enough, don't do it. I don't recommend doing it because you will lose time. But if you're quick enough, you just traverse what you need to do. I actually should have shot this target and then came back on the fallback. I actually should have been falling back as this was popping up. So next time on a long runway that I have this opportunity, I'm going to start falling back and then get into position and then shoot this because it just slows down. Why I didn't do that, I don't know. It just, this is the last of the day. Fatigue is already set in and I'm tired at this point. Shooting, this would be the 9th stage of the day, is a lot. It's just a lot. And it's rough. And we had 15-man squads, so you're waiting a very long time to shoot. You're standing in the sun, and then it just sucks, and it's not fun. Like, when we have 8-man squads, it's so much better. You're not really on your feet all day. You're moving, shooting onto the next stage, and it's much better. And then here's the good old momentum killer right here that LIPSA stages are notorious for. Just straight up momentum killers. It doesn't allow you to do anything, and had that caused me to reload, and it just wasn't pleasant at all. And I'm kind of getting sick and tired of these momentum killers on these stages. That's all I have. I just don't really. There's really no value on these little stages that they have. These are probably all these are actually probably higher hit factor stages too, where time is more crucial than hits. As you see, it's already 5.23. I'm already at 5.23 if I hit the 2 alphas. Imagine if I shaved off more time. So, granted, like I said, the only educational stuff I have for this one is just fall back when you get the opportunity to do it. The thing I see with new shooters is, I will say, the thing I see with newer shooters is not moving when you get the opportunity to move. You always want to be moving, and you kind of want to not. If you kind of want to avoid standing still and standing still shooting. Granted, there are many times where you do stand still and shoot, but you kind of want to be moving and shooting and moving and reloading at the same time. You want to avoid the standstill reloads. You want to avoid the standstill shooting, because the faster you get to point B from where you started, the better off your hit factor is going to be. Granted, if you get your hits, you could be fast as shit and shoot like shit and all right, now I gotta slow down. So that's all I got. That's all I got for you guys today. I'm gonna put together another versus series, and we're gonna do Mark and Brendan, and I will do commentary on those because they shot completely different than me and G. Not to say that they're worse shooters, but they go about things very differently than me and G. So I don't know when that'll be up. I'm gonna try to get some editing done right now, so maybe tomorrow or later today I'll do some commentary